Good morning, everybody. My name's Pat Fredericks. It's April 28, 2014, approximately 5:15 in the morning. The day of my sentencing. So, should be interesting. We have a motion to dismiss today. Been quite the eventful trial. Learned a lot. Probably should be a lawyer, as much research as I've done. I'm hoping today goes well. Like I said, we have a motion to have it dismissed, and so far, they haven't listened to a whole lot what we've had to say. They pretty much made up their mind from the get-go. So I'm keeping positive, doing what I can, and this one's based on a violation of my Fourth Amendment rights. The police walked right into my house. No search warrant, no probable cause, nothing. They had a 911 call. Somebody thought the roommate there, who was leaving suicide notes, killed himself. Blew his brains out. Well, when the state officer showed up, beating on the door, yelled, "Police opened up." I opened the door right up, and to my shock, there was a cop with a gun. So he took my ID. We talked. Kalamazoo officer Alan Miller showed up. He walked into my house, and the state cop said, "Hey, he's just verifying everybody's safe, everybody's good." I have no issue with that. He walked through the house, walked out the back door. Came back around. We're sitting there talking. Officer Lewis waved off the emergency crew. Everything's good, Then Officer Rodney Rout shows up. Known Rodney Rout just about 92, 93. Back when he was undercover. He was Jay's Japanese Junk, posing as a buyer, buying cocaine from people and drugs and whatever. Jay got in trouble and was helping him out. So he got my sister and a good friend of mine, Rob. But ever since then, can't say we've been friends. He's had quite the animosity towards me. But on that particular day, the 911 call was done. Officers were standing outside my house. We had already verified there was nothing in my house. They didn't even see no sign of smoke, no smell of chemicals, no nothing. And Rodney Rout comes strutting. I mean, he was almost running. Like he was missing his window of opportunity, I guess. I don't know. That's the best way I can describe it. And goes right on past me. Doesn't say nothing to me. Doesn't say nothing to the other officers. Nothing. Till he gets inside my house. He gets inside my house. I instantly turn around and follow him in. And he asked me if I had any guns in the house. I was like, no. He says, "Oh, that's funny. That's what the police report said 3 days ago." Well, 3 days ago, the guy staying there left a suicide note. We called the cops then. They found him 8 hours later. Okay, but there was no talk. We told him there was no guns in the house. But it kind of made me nervous. What's he doing reading the police report and bringing that up? Well, he started asking about the explosion that the neighbors thought was a gunshot. I told him, I said, I heard it myself back behind the field. I walked out there, didn't see no smoke, no nothing. Alan Miller speaks up, "Well, that's funny, because the neighbors never seen you go out." I said, "Well, that kind of makes the two of us, because I never seen them go out." And that's when I told him that, you know, obviously it's not in my house. And I told Rodney Rout and them they needed to go outside, talk to the neighbors, find out whatever it is you're supposed to be finding out. You know, the nature of the call. Because it's obviously not here. Well, Rodney started asking me about the explosion some more. I told him the second time. It's obviously not in my house. You need to go out and find out where it came from. You know, if that's what you're here for, that's what you're supposed to be doing, head out and find out where it came from. Oh, no. That's when Rodney Rout jumped right up in my face and told me he knew where the explosion came from. It came from me. And at that moment, I realized that the other two officers, Officer Lewis from Michigan State Police and Alan Miller, followed me in. So now I'm in the center of my house, and I have Rodney Rout right in my face. Right back behind me, I got Alan Miller, and right to my right, I got State Officer Dan Lewis. There was no movement, no freedom to leave, no nothing. I was stuck. Especially about 20 minutes into it, Officer Rout decides he's going to search me inside my home. You know, and it wasn't, hey, do you mind? It was, put your arms in the air. And he put his rubber gloves on, starts patting me down, and felt something in my pocket. You know, obviously it wasn't a weapon. It was well, when I had come in earlier that morning, there was a broken ink pen on the floor. You know, I didn't think much of it. Picked it up, put it in my pocket. Well, here Officer Rout's in there rolling it in my pant, asking me what it is. I go to reach down to grab it. You know, of course I had, but apparently a bad one. Because Officer Alan Miller yelled out, "Do not reach your hands in that pocket." Boom. You know, just the tone, everything, my hands fly back up in the air. At that moment I knew I better not do nothing. So, that's, and Rodney Rout was in there feeling around, and then he asked me, he goes, well, like I said, you know, what is it? I don't know. And he pulls it out, and he goes, oh, a meth pipe. I was like, no, a broken pin I found on the floor. He goes, oh, no. He goes, you know what people do with this. He goes, start making his little action. They put the meth on the foil and all that stuff, and they smoke it up. I was like, I know what people do with it. I don't do meth. That's not a meth pipe. Wrong person. Well, this whole chalant went on for an hour, almost an hour and a half, being interrogated, intimidated, laughed at, the whole 9 yards, in my house, without a warrant. Kalamazoo County. So, that's what, hopefully our motion to dismiss is for today. So, wish me luck. I'm going to keep doing, you know, videos, because this case was quite interesting. And I think, you know, the public has the right to know. Have a great day.